Welcome back. Only one technical difficulty this time.
For now, one technical difficulty.
For now, we'll see what happens. Maybe something will explode in the middle of recording again.
Worst day of your life so far.
So, I do want to real quick cover, because I'm going to probably have these both go live around the same time. So there were more updates to the Bayonetta 3 Helen Taylor thing. So, no, Platinum, despite, you know, Kamiya being a dumbass, no, they didn't do anything really wrong. Helena was just a fuck shit. That's really it. There's nothing else to add other than it's funny watching her, like... It was funny for a little bit watching it go down, like, where it's like, okay, I may have lied, okay, but I didn't lie. Also, donate to this, this anti-abortion charity. What's funny is apparently she's pissed off both right and left wing, so, like, nobody's fucking in her stadium seats, or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah.
So it's a little funny with that, but yeah, I just want to say that, like, no, I was completely wrong. My guess was completely off on that. I guess that there was stuff fucky on both sides, but nah, it was just Helena's a piece of shit. That's it.
I mean, I did actually play Bayonetta, so I can actually talk about the game itself, and I have the suspicions as to why it took 5 years to make.
Developmental hell?
No, I think that DMC5 came out and they were like, oh, let's borrow a bunch of ideas from DMC5. No, it's I don't know how much you care about spoilers, but for like the non-spoiler
I don't play Bayo, so.
Alright, so for non-spoiler things, one of the weapons, you know Dante's motorcycle weapon in DMC5?
I'm gonna guess they gave that to Viola.
No. Oh no, Viola's trash. She doesn't have anything extra to her. I have like a whole thing to talk about Viola.
Alright.
But anyway, so no, Bayo gets like a version of that, and it shares a lot of movesets with Cavalier, and it's like, it's fine. I don't know, it was one of those things where in Bayo 1 it's fine having like those shared movesets with like DMC1 Dante, because you know, obviously Kamiya worked on both.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, okay, it's cute. When you're like doing literally like the shot of, oh hey, you have this weapon, you have the weapon that's a vehicle and a chainsaw, and then hey look, you ride on top of the vehicle to do, you know, flips and spins and shit. It's like, okay, it's a bit much, especially because it's such a unique weapon in DMC5 that it's very noticeable when it happens. I was like, huh.
Yeah, it's noticeable when another person does the exact same weapon.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. And then for spoiler reasons, just rip off a whole bunch of DMC5 plot. Yeah, since you don't care, I mean, spoilers for everyone else.
At this point, here's what I'll say, my hot take. With how, I know it's not a super long game, by the time this goes up, I don't think it'll matter. In fact, even if I put it up today, I don't think it would matter.
Oh yeah, also it's like significantly shorter than the other games, like there's only 14 chapters instead of 20, which is like,
yeah,
okay.
I heard it's pretty short. Like,
which feels, once again, for the 5-year development time, okay. So, yeah, Viola is Bayonetta's daughter.
That's not surprising.
Considering her whole thing is, she's a young, feisty rock kid. It's like, so Nero.
Yeah.
So Nero, like Viola is really just.
I'll give Super Castle Beast points because they were like the first ones to be like, because people for some reason were saying that she's Virgil, and they were like one of the ones that were like, no, it's fucking Nero, you idiots. They were right.
She's literally Nero in the set, and it's just such a. I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where the game has, like, it's a good game in the sense that yeah, it plays well. There's definitely a lot of elements to it that just feel like, okay, this feels weirdly rushed for a game that took 5 years to make.
I think that game got rebuilt at some point, like from the ground up.
My suspicions is it was partway through development. Don't know how much more, but I think when DMC5 came out in what 2019.
Yeah.
I think that was the point they were like, oh shit, let's do it again from the ground up, because there's just, as I said, there's a couple other like smaller details where it's like, okay, this feels very DMC5, and I think it's kind of, there's just a lot of things where villains, like, I mean, I don't know, there's just a lot of things where the plot's just kind of going at a mile a minute, and then things keep happening off screen, and then it's like they kind of expect you to be up to speed on what's been happening off screen with all these other elements, and the whole they do the whole thing about oh, it's multiverse and multiple Bayonetas.
I did hear about the multiple Bayonetas thing, and then what I also heard from that was like it kind of is a little dumb because like there's no reason that you could just be like these are just another witch in the world.
Yeah, it just kind of exists for the sake of being, for the sake of that, and it feels very underwhelming in that sense. And I will say it, you know, despite all the controversy, yeah, like, you know, Jennifer Hale's just kind of doing discount Helena Taylor, and it's very noticeable. And it sucks to say that considering, you know,
Hale's a very good actress.
Yeah, she's worked very hard, I'm sure, and she's a very good actress. But it is very noticeable of it's just not quite right.
Yeah, no, I can get that because like so these are obviously two Japanese voice actors, but so for Yuri and King of Fighters after since 14 they changed her voice actress, and the voice actress that they have for her is fine, and she does a decent job, but there's like certain like vocal tics and such that the original VA for her that was doing her back since like the fucking 90s had that this new woman doesn't, and it just kind of doesn't feel bad, but it's just not quite as good. It's similar with like Sakura and Street Fighter where it had a similar thing like that.
It's kind of in a weird way, it's a lot like Snake and Metal Gear, in that no matter who you really recast, the voice is kind of, you're always gonna have like, yeah, not like English-wise, like, yeah, it's always, you're just always gonna think of David Hayter's voice when you think of Snake.
Yeah, in my head, like if I see like a fan comic or anything of Snake, or I'm just reading something, it's David Hayter voice that's popping in my head. I mean, Kiefer Sutherland barely talks, so how could I ever hear his voice? But either way, even if he did, I would still hear Hayter.
Yeah, I think it's very rare for actors to realistically be able to fight against, like, because the difference with like game versus movie roles is just so much into the vocal performance that you become attached to the voices.
Yeah,
like
actually, I can kind of go into more with the Sakura one. So Sakura's original VA was really good at like kind of fluctuating her tone of voice, like sounding kind of like high pitched and chirpy to like kind of deeper and more like aggressive or like hot-blooded kind of sounds to it. And the current actress, she can do the more energetic chirpy, but she really can't do the more action hot-blooded kind of sound that the old Sakura VA was doing. Again, she's not bad, it's just, you know, it's just the one just a little better.
Chasing the algorithm, I think the most relevant example is God of War. Now, I like Christopher Judge, and he does a fine performance as Kratos, but he's not Kratos. You can't, like, to me, Kratos is that man who's constantly fucking screaming about how much he hates everyone because they were mean to him or some shit.
Like, technically that Kratos is a better character, but I completely get... Well, that's because he has a character, it's not much, but...
His character is, I'm sad. I'm a sad lad with a beard.
Yeah, that's his whole character. But then again, I can't really talk much because I've never fucking liked God of War or Kratos, so... I can't really speak too much on it, to be honest.
I think it's ambitious to say liking Kratos. I don't think anyone can really like Kratos. I think it's more of the...
A lot of people are fans of Kratos.
I think it's more of the, you have to... I think Kratos is a 90s anti-hero. In a certain sense, it becomes less about liking him and more about liking the kind of general aesthetics and stupid stuff around him, and accepting, yeah, Kratos is just, you can't really have it without Kratos.
Nah, I get that. It's like, what was it like? So actually, no, I can kind of do this with a character who's sort of the same, where they're like not much of a character, but what they have is kind of what you need. Is like with Grave. If like the new Gungrave game has Grave like spitting one-liners, it just wouldn't be the same, because Grave is just supposed to not talk. He's supposed to just be this silent killing machine. He only ever spoke once in any of the games, and that was it. And it was like one line. But like, if he was doing quips, it just wouldn't feel like Grave. Don't get me wrong, I love quippy characters. Like, I mean, I like Serious Sam, and all he does are like one-liners and puns, and I enjoy that. But like, if you switched it and made Serious Sam silent and made Grave quippy, it'd be like, these aren't the right character with this added in my face. Though I actually do like Grave because I think he looks cool.
But yeah, as I said,
actually another good one for that is Ryu Hayabusa. Ryu Hayabusa is a flat fucking character, but I still like him.
He's also had like 400 different DAs.
True. But like, he barely talks, so like, you barely even realize it half the time.
Oh, no, I did notice it, and I think it's Ninja Gaiden 3. He has Spectacular Spider-Man as his voice for some reason, which was really odd.
Yeah, he has that voice. Also, this entire time while I've been casually talking, I've just been beating the ever-living piss out of JBL, so this is fun.
But yeah, it's, as I said, it's kind of, I guess, talking about God of War, because Ragnarok comes out like next week, I think.
Yeah, it comes out next week, the day after Sonic Frontiers, funny enough.
Well, good luck, Sonic, I'll say that much.
I mean, I'm gonna pick up Sonic, because that's what I'm interested in.
That's fair. I mean, I am interested, but I'm probably gonna go for God of War, so we can talk about both.
But oh, actually, as a side, so I don't know how good Frontiers will be, and I don't know how it'll be received, but here's what I want, and I'll tell you why. I don't even care if I end up liking it if this happens. I want it to be universally praised for one reason and one reason only, and it's very stupid. I want it to be universally praised so we can have another round of Aaron Game Grumps pretending he likes Sonic, because that was really funny with Mania. That's still the funniest goddamn thing to me.
Fair enough. I feel like we can predict exactly what happened. The first week will be Sonic in 3D is good, finally, and then 2 weeks later, Sonic in 3D is terrible.
It depends, but I mean, actually no.
You say this. It depends.
No. Hold on. Let me like finish. So, I say it depends, not by reviewers, because reviewers are still very salty. Like, literally, IGN had like a salt bath already for the game. Like, they're already revving up. And Sonic games in general are usually treated as one tier lower than what they actually are by like reviewers, like professional, I use quotations, reviewers. But in terms of like the player base, in terms of like the turn, that'll take a few ages if it's universally liked, because like now you'll see like some people pretending that Mania isn't a good game, usually, but not like reviewers, like just like regular crazy Sonic fans, because they exist, and there's lots of them. But that's what I mean by it depends. As in, for like right away, I don't know. But it's an open world game, so apparently, so like they might be conflicted because Western AAA reviewers love open world games, even if they're fucking bland. Wait, is there DQ in this match? Okay, DQ is on, so if he hits me with that chair, I get a win. That's funny. But you know what? I don't want to give JBL the satisfaction because he's JBL.
Points.
Because then he'll feel like he got something, and nah, fuck that. I know I get win points a lot by DQs, but not this time. This is one of those Iron Man matches, so I've already like pinned him 8 times. But it has DQ in it, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna let you give me wins via DQ because you'd be like, I still hit you with a chair. Nah, fuck that. Fuck JBL, man. Fuck him. Piece of shit. Oh, and he went back out of the ring to grab another weapon. Oh my god, Sabo's alive.
Damn, it's electricity.
Wait.
Or did he?
Dun dun dun.
No, he's dead.
Oh my god, he's fucking dead. But,
Oh no, he lives!
The boy who lived.
They fixed it.
We'll find out.
You suddenly explode, well... Wait, maybe you should go out there and see if you get struck by lightning and gain electric powers.
There's no lightning.
thought about going around the poles just to see what would happen, but
No, you gotta. No, you're going around the polls in like a couple of weeks.
Actually, I think isn't it like next week?
I already voted. I went to the early polls.
Yeah, I actually, I've been lazy. I have my mail-in ballot. I just haven't fiddled it in. I should do that.
I mean,
My sister works for the polling companies now, so now I have to go, or else she'll see on record that I didn't vote.
isn't that legal?
No, they legally they can't see who you voted for. They just can tell if you actually went or not.
Yeah, because like I keep getting,
You signed in.
because I keep getting like texts every day saying like, "Hey asshole, return your
Oh,
mail-in
God.
ballot." "Hey asshole, you haven't returned your mail-in ballot." "Hey dick whistle."
Vote or die,
But she
motherfucker.
can't see who I voted for. But
Who
she'll
did you
ask
vote
me if-
for?
nobody you've ever heard about.
Yeah.
It's not a presidential election. It's just the local Congress people and stuff.
Yeah.
I never do that.
I can't vote for the guy she works for because he's in another state.
That's bad.
Well, I guess it gives me an excuse not to vote for him. I don't know. I've never met the guy.
Yeah. I thought it was like an actual important election. Oh, who cares then?
I mean, theoretically, it's important in that it could tip the balance of Congress, but
Isn't Congress already like hilariously imbalanced against the Democrats anyway?
yeah, it is. So the question is if it's going to make it worse or not.
Can it really be any worse than it already is?
Well, yeah, they could
Yes.
have complete and total control. The Republicans took complete and total control of basically every facet of the country, as opposed to it just being hilariously unbalanced in the Republicans' favor. So that would be technically worse. I suppose if it comes down to it, it's not really all that different from now. So
I mean, are they even in danger of making any major gains though?
yeah,
Surely everyone's still like, yeah, yeah, you guys kind of fucked everything up with that whole Trump thing.
no, people still believe.
His base is pretty loyal because you got to remember, cult of personality is one hell of a drug.
But he doesn't have a personality.
Well, now the whole thing they do is whether it was like rigged or not. Because he got it in their heads that like, oh, the election is rigged and I should have won. So now literally every time somebody who they don't like wins, they're gonna be like, it was rigged.
I'm going to relate to you a sentiment I relate to someone else because I was talking to them about Formula One, and they're like Dutch, and they're a big fan of a bloke called Max Verstappen, and I'm not going to bore you with the whole details. Basically, Red Bull are a bunch of filthy, massive cheats, and I said that what we should do is make it so that every time Red Bull or Red Bull, driver or Red Bull spokesman is on screen, just have on the screen scrolling text that just says "massive cheat." And basically, anytime Trump's on screen, he just has scrolling text that says traitor. Big bold letters, traitor. That would solve the problem.
It would be
It's not
good.
even labeled as true. He is a traitor. It's treason. And a rapist.
And a rapist.
And a tax evader.
And a rapist.
And a rapist. Just need to really nail it in that he is under threat of like 3 major fucking criminal cases.
At least Yoshi just evaded taxes. Like, I mean, there's just one. That's a one-time criminal, not a thrice time.
Yeah, it's, a little bit of tax fraud. Everyone's done a bit of tax fraud.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Fine. Just a little defrauding the government.
But,
Hey, it's even fine because think of how many people who have committed open fraud and not got in any trouble.
it's true! Oh, actually, since Sabo is here, I watched, Sabo, that video on Genlock. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, but I mean, I have a pretty good idea of how bad Genlock is.
So my favorite part, though... So I'll talk about some of the stuff from it, because I never watched Genlock, so this was a fun experience for me. But my favorite part, though, was... apparently in the season 2, art, directory, basically, like, the basically the Bible for the series, they had a thing that says that unlike other mech shows, this is about the characters.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, I did hear that quote, and it's
Okay.
it's one of those cuntish things that people say having never seen a mech show before in their goddamn lives.
You know what's funny? After I watched that video, I almost called it the movie. I saw on Twitter like immediately, unironically, someone posting. It was Kogias, Eva, and what was the other one? Gurren Lagann, and saying like it's saying that unlike other shows, these were about the characters.
Why would you even bother posting
Code
any
was
of
more
those?
about the characters than the robots. That's why a lot of people don't like it.
Why would you even post any of those? Just post a big fucking picture of Shah.
By the way,
In fact,
hold on,
just
hold on.
post 700 pictures of Shah.
Wait, hold on,
everywhere.
hold on. To make it funnier, they were our Char profile pic, which is slowly becoming a joke on Twitter's mecha community. Our Char profile
Char.
pictures.
Oh, is Shah the new Joker? Is that what it's
Yes.
Oh. Damn it, Shah!
Damn it, Tim, the Toolman Taylor.
Everyone is a Shah now.
Everyone's a Char.
We're all Shahs now. I mean, literally, you just anytime someone says that shit about, hey, this mecha show's about the characters, unlike all the rest of these fucking.
They've always been about the characters. They've
So you
always
just post a picture of fucking Shah from the fucking 70s.
Literally, the reason Mazinger was made a piloted robot was so they could add the drama by having a human in the robot who could be in danger.
It's just one of those statements that people always make about about things that they've never actually experienced, and it's kind of
They usually, at best, their experience with mecha is solely like what Toonami aired and like Sci-Fi aired. So
I
like,
don't even think it's that experience.
no, because
I
they
think
usually know. They usually know about like Gundam, specifically the Gundams that aired on Toonami. Like they'll know about G Gundam, they'll know about Wing. They won't know about Zoids. Zoids slipped past them. But that might have been before their time.
what it is, it reminds me of an interview a pretty famous fantasy novelist gave a few years back, where they described the scenario of like basically Harry Potter specifically, where everyone was praising it for its originality when it was really just doing what a lot of like fantasy had already been doing for years.
I think a
Because
lot
those
of its
people-
story was plagiarized, actually.
Yeah, but the main point is that because it was from outside of the system, because people were experiencing it not having been part of that genre and kind of having these dim views of, oh, well, it's not worth our time or serious, like, you know, experience or, you know, serious discussion, it then led into this scenario of a bunch of people who, uneducated in what was going on, started talking about, oh, this is superior to other examples in this genre because, oh, it's about this failing, you know, all the other examples that existed. As I said, it's the classic case of I've never even seen a mecha show. I only know about it through memes. And that's memes in the, you know, original sense, not in the I mean, fuck me. The one meme that is from a mech series, no one fucking knows what series it's from.
The fucking, is this a pigeon?
Yeah, it's from Brave Fiber.
Like, right away I was like, it's the fucking, is this a pigeon one?
Yeah, and
like-
nobody knows that's from a mecha series.
A lot of them who have watched it, usually the ones that they say are about the characters, it's just the ones that they watched.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that they put Gurren Lagann in there, which is a super show, says that completely to me, considering it's not like they're just like a bunch of people that are only about the quote-unquote real mecha series. I saw these three shows, and I liked them because these are the three that I watched because my friends were watching it, so therefore they're different than the other ones that I didn't watch because they smell because I didn't watch them.
I don't know how many mecha series can we think of that are actually about they're about the characters.
This is what defines quality. I watched it and I liked it, therefore it is good. I
Let's
didn't watch
see.
it and I don't know about it, therefore it is bad.
Yes.
Hey Sabo, would you say Vaughn as a character?
Oh, he absolutely
Oh,
is.
Vaughn definitely has a character.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
it's a very simple one, but it's a character nonetheless.
A simple character is still a character.
His character is, I really want to fucking kill this guy.
In fact, actually, the fact that when people try to do like the usual anime thing of like showing him that he's a hypocrite, and he just responds with "fuck you, I don't care," actually makes him more interesting to me.
So let's say that they've got gun sword. Okay, what else?
But it's not even that he's a hypocrite. It's like,
Oh, no.
Can't you see that? Can't you see that if you kill him, you'll be no different for him? And can't you see that you're going down this ridiculous path? And he's like, no, I don't plan on becoming a serial killer. I just want to kill this one guy.
Yeah, and it's
And what,
no,
and
what
then
I
at
mean
the
is like,
at the end, he kills the one guy, and he goes,
all right, I'm done.
okay, that was fun. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to wandering the wasteland now, and then he just leaves.
What I mean is,
He doesn't go like, now that I've had a taste of blood, I must have more.
what I mean is like a lot of things will do that. The taste of blood. Now I want more. The fact that it's like, no, that's stupid. He literally just wants to kill this one guy. Why would he just start
good
going?
reason.
Why would he just go on a rampage? He wants to kill one guy who murdered his wife.
Hey, I think we're also forgetting those mustache guys. They had character.
I mean, they had character too. They were just like, hey,
We're gonna kidnap all your women.
Hey, we're 70s super robot pilots, except we're old men.
No. I'm talking about the guys with the fucking Dr. Octopus mustaches who wanted to kidnap all those women to breed them. You forgot about that, didn't you? You forgot about that part.
I certainly did. I definitely
That's an
forgotten this.
That's an episode of Gunsword.
I was gonna say, I forgot that episode.
It's like episode 3 or something.
But yeah.
No, I must have deleted that from my memory, probably.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
All right. Anyway, let's see if we can find another one because we
Martian success in a Desco.
a lot of characters there. A
Fuck
lot.
Too many.
Too many,
Some
actually.
might say.
I love that
Well,
cast.
the thing with Martian Successor to Deathstroke is that
Unlike other anime.
the character like everyone hangs on to is like the guy that was in there for 3 episodes and then dies.
Yeah. Let's see what else we think of. Full Metal Panic.
Yeah, characters.
Lots of characters.
By the way, I still my favorite
I mean,
thing
it has an entire season where the only robot in it is the mascot suit one.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the
who's
main.
only in 2 episodes.
Yeah, it's the main. It's also the series where Genlock has probably the most similarities, mech design-wise.
True.
But Arbalest looks cooler for some reason. I think it's because it has like the fucking knife clenched between its teeth kind of look.
Uh-oh, Undertaker's here.
Oh, who cares? Other mech series with character. I never really cared much for it, but people really like Razefon.
I never watched it, so...
It's basically just the Evangelion episodes.
Not quite as sad.
Not quite as depressing.
Fuck, I actually just had another good one and now I've lost it. There's actually a really good example I was going to say of a mech series of character. Now it's gone.
Let's try to do the opposite. Let's try to find ones without characters. Yeah!
Instant response.
No. I'm gonna be fair.
yeah.
They're bad
Yeah.
characters, but they are
I'm
still
gonna say,
characters.
she has a lot of characters.
Alright,
It's not very
okay.
good.
You know what?
It's not very good, but there's like entire stretches of episodes that go by without a single Gundam fight. So
Alright, yeah,
it's
good
all about the characters.
Yeah, you know what? Good point. Majestic Prince.
I'm not. I don't think I can speak on this because I haven't
didn't
watched
watch-
it.
I refuse.
None
I
of
refuse
us
to watch
have
Majestic
watched it.
Prince out of
no,
so I have no idea.
The only thing I could
You
say
should-
about them is what I've seen in 30, and in 30, they feel like what I thought the Genlock cast were gonna be, but the Genlock cast are even more watered down.
You have to remember though, 30 is probably the better version of these characters.
That's depressing.
So
That's fucking depressing. Oh, by the way, the guy with the big jaw, I decided to give him the It's Brad song
nice.
because I thought it was funny.
Let's see other mecha series that don't have character.
A lot of the classic Super Robot shows really don't. I mean, there are characters in them, and they get characterization, but half the time it's just
Yeah, but
Watch
that's
Robot Go Fight.
a product of
The
its
time.
particular time.
Because like,
and
and even then, like we can still like pull out like even like Mazinger Z's, their characters are fine. Like,
Monster Z does have the benefit of being based on a manga, though.
yeah.
Which did have, character.
And same thing with Getter, to be fair.
And it's
too.
like one of the few Go Nagai things that doesn't end with "and then everyone dies."
Yeah.
Take care of your dirty work for me. Look, Kurt, I've got no idea.
Yeah, it was Cutie Honey and her happy-go-lucky friend that everyone liked. Oh, she's dead.
Whoa. Looks
Well,
like
here's
someone has
Devilman
like
and
a
Hill of
big
his...
Joe
Oh, they're all fucking
You
dead.
don't seem to mind accusing
Every single one of them.
You know, as much
Yeah.
as Tomino gets the meme, Go Nagai I think has a bit better track record of killing everyone.
Go Nagai's are a lot... I'll say this. Tomino probably kills more overall characters. Go Nagai's a lot fucking harsher at the way he kills people.
He's also a lot more thorough.
Like, not being funny, someone getting blown up by a space laser, it just being vaporized.
It's different than what happened to the girlfriend in I forget her name in Devilman.
Mickey or something.
I think Maki.
Remember this, bucko.
It's something M.
That freaking
It's
zombie
Mickey or Maki, one of the two.
I'm putting both of you in 6.
So, yeah, it's a hell of a lot different from what happens to her.
Yeah. And it's not even like she's like a mean-spirited character. Like she's a good person.
No, it's literally the opposite. She's meant to be the nicest person, and then...
Like she's like a little bit of a delinquent, but only to assholes. So like she's like only feisty to assholes. So she's like the nicest person and only like raises her fists at bad people, and then she dies in such a fucked up way. And they put her head in a fucking box.
Trying to think what other series don't have characters. It's not just it's a show from the 70s.
Like we should at least go to 80s. But even then with some of the even the 70s.
I mean, a lot of the Braves don't really have characterization. They just fight.
Until like Gal Gaigar.
You know, Gaga Gar's different, but I mean, compare that to like Mike Guy. What is Mike doing? He's a rich, nice guy who likes to fight because he burns for justice. And that's
Yeah, but
his whole
rival.
character.
Yeah, but rival Joe though.
Also, wasn't that kind of the joke too?
Sort of.
If
I
I,
just had a very simple character.
He's intentionally designed to be
Yeah.
very classic hero because surprise, he's designed to be a classic hero.
yeah. So honestly, I think that can get a pass because that's the point.
I mean, obviously things like X-Kite. It's the first two. It's like the first couple. The guns where they start to shift it and give characters and consequences. But then Takara got mad about Dagan,
Yeah.
and hence why we got Mike going. And I don't think I've ever seen Goldraan or Dagwan.
I mean, Dagman.
Yeah.
You
I've
like
seen
that.
those.
I like Dagman. Dagman's pretty. I mean, Dagman is just like if they combined Ultraman and Rider and Sentai into one show, and then also made it animated.
I remember someone, I saw like a post, like someone said, where this is like, all these people that bitch about this shit, why do they never talk about Patlabar? Well, they should be watching Patlabar because it's all this shit that they want, they say they want, and my answer is because Patlabar isn't streaming on any mainstream services. I looked it up out of curiosity. It's not on any of those, it was never on Toonami, it was never like on G4 TV or Sci-Fi or anything like that. It's, it just never was that, so it's not something that, like, showed up in the quote-unquote mainstream over here, so they don't know about it. I say it's as I'm looking at my Blu-ray complete set of everything Patlabar other than the live-action show, because I didn't bring that over here.
Oh yeah, there's going to be a Gal Gaigar Blu-ray coming out.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm gonna try and pick that up.
But they're not going to complete the dub.
I'm not surprised, it is a lot. I know they're gonna do a complete dub for Dirty Pair, but that was because of the Kickstarter goal that passed. That's actually something else I actually regret that I didn't get in on the Kickstarter at the time. I just didn't have the money.
We count Crossan just having character. I think the series has character. I don't think the characters have character.
You know, I haven't fully watched it, so I don't know if I'm allowed. Am I allowed to use Super Robot Wars V as a idea?
Well, V gives you even more embryo than the show gives you, so embryo is kind of what saves the show in a way. By being so fucking terrible, you just love to hate him.
Because, like, if I use V, I would still say... I would say yes, but they're very shit. Like, Embryo is shit, but he's so shit that he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
like
Embryo is.
He's like a Z grade movie villain. In fact, the whole thing feels very Z grade. Like, it feels like if you were to summarize that show into a movie, it feels like something you would see like on fucking Red Letter Media or Mystery Science Theater. Actually, more Red Letter Media because there's more rape attempts.
Oh, there's not rape. Oh, there's very few rape attempts in Cross Ange. Only rape successes.
Oh, so anyway, yeah, more Red Letter Media than Mystery Science Theater.
Oh.
But so I'll give it a yesant.
Martian Hero Wataru, does that count? That was in it. That was in the Super Robot Wars.
I don't know much. I don't know dick about that.
So there's nothing to say on that. Hey, wait, I can think of a modern mecha show that doesn't have characters.
Genlock?
Yeah, again, Mark.
Oh yeah, because we need to go back to that. So I watched the thing on that, and I love how much season 2 is so... Like how they have like the fucking doll sex scene. Then there's the way they kill off a character. Literally the episode he has a character arc, which they apparently didn't even give him one in the first season. And then how they kill the only character people seem to give a shit about, the Aussie girl. Where she kills herself with nanomachines.
Oh, is that the, like, girl with the rabbit here?
Yes!
She
commits suicide with nanomachines. And then at the end of the episode, they have the audacity to have one of those suicide hotline things pop up. I was dying. The best part too is they even have the little cartoon like robot rabbit pet she has, like crying as she commits suicide. Except for she then doesn't actually die. She then becomes like a nanomachine's like robot god and just lives forever. And they're like, yeah, you should all just die and become weird nanomachine robot gods.
Oh. Suicide is never good, but when you do it, you become essentially immortal.
Yes, apparently.
Thanks, Rooster. Anyway, this show's about the characters, I guess.
It's about the characters killing themselves or dying after they actually have gotten a character arc. Apparently the producer even said like, oh yeah, so we did it because we felt that the show really needed a character death to really emphasize the stakes, and since he just had his character arc completed, this was a great time to kill him.
Makes sense. I mean, the Desk Guy did that, but they at least had the decency to do it in the third fucking episode.
Yeah.
It's like, hello, Guy, hello, everyone's like, people are getting on with Guy now, or at least Guy and Akito are becoming sort of friends. That's neat. Oh, he's dead.
Oh, that was fast.
It's not even like a glorious death, he's just dead.
He just gets shot. He just gets killed in like the most, like, unceremonious way that you could think of.
And then nobody gives a shit. Like, well, he was kind of annoying.
I did see, oh, actually that reminds me because people were joking about it. I have seen, the only thing from Iron Blood Orphans I've seen is that fucking shootout where the girl's like looking at plush toys and they drive by her.
Oh,
to her. When I first saw that, I didn't even know it was Iron Blooded Orphans. I was like, oh, this is like some mobster show. And then I look in the comments and they're like Iron Blooded Orphans. I'm like, this is from Iron Blooded Orphans. And then I started dying.
And they killed off what's her face.
I don't know the character's name. I just saw that and died.
I don't remember her. All I remember is she's the wife of, well, she's one of many wives of one guy, but then also she had a thing for one of the other main characters of IBO, and then, you know, she just gets fucking gunned down outside of a plush toy store for some reason.
Because it's dark that way.
Because then we have to kill off everyone in Iron Blooded Orphans, because that's what war is like. Some random schmuck comes in and kills all of the main characters. And then they have the audacity to have her sit there and be like, "Man, I bet you they had like reasons why they did things like, oh fuck off, you're the worst, Monkey Girl. I'm glad you don't exist anymore."
What, the movie version?
The special editions where they just don't have the ending, so she doesn't exist. She was only relevant for like the final battles.
Oh, also just as a side, so far what's happened in the 2 matches I've had, I had one with Booker T, one with Kurt Angle. After I finish them, Undertaker just shows up and chokeslams them for some reason. I guess right now I'm getting yelled at for that.
Thanks, Undertaker.
Thank you.
Hey, Kurt.
But yeah, the Genlock thing was really funny because for some reason it's just worse than I thought. Also, I'm echoing on your end.
Am I?
Yeah.
Or are you?
I'm popping out of your microphone.
I don't know how to fix that. I'll try.
Maybe it's a sensitivity thing? Maybe Discord decided to go on auto sensitivity bullshit.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh wait, hold on. It's good now.
I was gonna say it might also be because Sabo's beat his mic.
But yeah, I won't lie. That was so. It was. I know I've seen worse, but it was definitely, I think, a little bit worse than I thought. But it was really funny.
Not nearly as funny as the
drive-by shooting. That is still funny.
No, not even the drive-by. I just mean like when the 50 cops beat up the one girl.
Oh yeah.
That's still one of the funniest.
Actually,
horrible things that happen to people in anime gifs.
Actually, I will say, her ended up not actually being dead and then just living in the spirit world because they decided that I guess she was too popular as actually kill, and they couldn't figure out a way to not have her just be dead. Other than that, so I will say it's funny in the regards of just how stupid it was, and then funny in the regards of like they're like, oh shit, this was the only thing people were watching this for. Fuck. Bring her back! So I do think that's funny. Because like literally of the cast, she was the only one that I was aware of.
You know, I'd seen art of her before.
Like yeah, I saw art of her and that was about it. I didn't see anything of anybody else. Nobody seemed to care about the other characters.
Well, so yeah, as it turns out, it was mass. I'm assuming the point of the video is, yeah, they gambled massively and then lost their goddamn minds for some reason. Unlike other mech shows, it's about the characters. That's why we're disrespecting them.
I do know that the original lead was kicked off between seasons, and then apparently it was the second season had the parent company step in, and then they outsourced the animation out to another studio. So everything got outsourced, including like the writing and everything.
Yeah.
Which is really funny. From what I heard from that video, the first season is kind of like, it's an okay but kind of forgettable show. Like, it's one of those things where if it had a first season and then it ended, no one would really talk about it, or nothing would be really that interesting about it. It's only interesting because of what happened in season 2. Or interesting in not the good way, in the bad way. But, it was still a fun watch.
Maybe I'll give that video another shot.
Yeah, I enjoyed it because specifically the bit of the unceremonious deaths and the unlike other mech shows. That part fucking killed me. God.
It is, as I said, it's one of those catch-all statements that people make whenever they think they're being clever by going into a genre that they have very minimal experience with and thinking, well, I'm clearly reinventing the fucking wheel with what I'm clearly, you know, that, you know,
this is genius.
Yeah, I'm breaking new ground.
You ever notice everything that says it's breaking new ground ends up being like so painfully generic and almost a parody of itself?
They are. Because all the things that did break new ground was stuff that was effectively building off of no template, you know. Gundam didn't really have much of a template because it was trying to, like, from the start, it was trying to be massively different from any other kind of show from any other kind of, like, you know, robot show that had come before it.
It was still forced to conform to standards at the time that they basically phased out later.
Or, like, you know, take original Star Wars, like, you know, that's trying to be a high fantasy story in sci-fi, in a science fiction world, and it's like,
People still get weary whenever you mix sci-fi and fantasy together. Like, there's entire debates within, like, tabletop about allowing, like, certain technology in your fantasy settings. Like, that's still, like, a thing where people get mad over even, like, the idea of, like, rudimentary guns, even though guns have been around forever.
It's probably because they're afraid people are going to be stupid about it.
No, people are actually just stupid about doing anything other than, like, Tolkien-style fantasy. For some reason.
But my main point...
They're afraid people are going to be stupid about it.
So about what?
I don't know. Like in a couple of games I played, they were like adamant that nobody tried any like anime style characters because they didn't want to do much stuff in the game. And like one guy being like, "I'm the protagonist. That means I get all the power-ups and everyone else is just there to make me look better."
Well, you get that. And like,
I know you get that in regular games.
Yeah, you'll get that anyway.
It brings out the worst in people.
It's no different than other shit that I see in games, I'm gonna be honest with you. Because you'll get people that are disruptive even if they're not anime. Trust me. So, like, it's just, they have this weird version of what fantasy is, because it's even, like, conversation even outside of tabletop, where people are like, oh no, fantasy can only be this, or some... People are, you'll get that sometimes with sci-fi, but not as much. It's usually the fantasy nerds who are more anal.
You get it. It depends on the sci-fi stuff you're talking, because you have, you know, what's called hard sci-fi and soft sci-fi.
Yeah.
And people get very antsy about, you know, those two. Some people really like your hard sci-fi novels, which is basically, I think the best way to describe like a hard sci-fi kind of concept is you have one fantastical element and the rest of it is trying to use real science to justify why that fantastical element is a thing. Michael Crichton works usually semi-hard sci-fi. Jurassic Park's probably the softest, but even then at the time I was using a lot of, you know, current paleontological theory.
And even some stuff he took liberties on, like he took liberties on the name of the what are raptors in that. Because he used the name Raptor over their actual name, because Raptor just sounded cooler.
Yeah, I think it was Deinonychus or something. I don't remember, but it is a very the traits that are part of the Jurassic Park style velociraptors exist on an animal that would fit the description, but the name Velociraptor, understandable. But like the whole thing about blood inside a mosquito is a theory. In fact, they even have like samples of mosquitoes frozen in amber. The only main difference is they haven't cracked it open because, well, you risk destroying a priceless sample.
Yeah. Oh.
Then how else are you gonna bring back the dinosaurs?
I don't know. Just find the island. Just find the island where, you know, the dinosaurs never went extinct. Or go to the center of the earth. I'll hear there's dinosaurs there.
I was starting to think I was cursed or something, but
So it looks like Eddie Guerrero stole the Undertaker's urn.
Oh, Eddie Guerrero.
So that's why he's been showing up and just chokeslamming random people.
You're known for three things, and I'm not worried about the.
Oh,
well,
Eddie, you card, you.
I'm sure nothing bad will ever happen to Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie, I'm
He
starting
lied.
to lose my
He
patience
cheat.
here.
He
You
steal.
can either show me what you got, or I'll find out for myself.
Also, he died.
Yeah. He's talking about his death not nearly as funny as others.
No, his is just, you know,
Sad.
Yeah.
Is that what I think it is?
His is actually sad.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, he just died. It's not even. It's not like some, you know, big fucking spectacle like he was stuck in a safety harness and dropped because it fucking failed because they were shoddy in who they got to do the trick.
But why?
And it's not even like, you know, really kind of awful like with what happened with Chris Benoit. It's just, oh, it's just sad.
Yeah. And like, and it's not even like a thing where it's like, oh well, he was an asshole, so we can laugh at it.
Yeah.
He was just a decent dude who wrestled pretty good and played a good character. And he died. That's really all there is to it. Life sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know about this.
I'm just waiting for.
Well, you know-
I think they give me a choice here, so I'm just waiting for the choice, basically.
You know what is real fucking sad though? When Shawn Michaels lost his smile. Well, you never heard that bit before.
No.
I forget the exact context, but someone said about there was something happened and they decided to describe it as Shawn Michaels couldn't wrestle anymore because he lost his smile, which is on the basis that Shawn Michaels is a prick anyway.
All right. So here's my choice thing. I'm gonna read the whole thing and then I'll give you for the two options. Take your time and think about this, Holmes. Just give me an answer before No Mercy this Sunday. But I've got to warn you, S.A. Votto, if you ain't with me, you're against me. Eddie's got a point. The strong will survive here on Smackdown, and the Undertaker's urn is the ultimate weapon. I'm going to tell Eddie that I'm with him. I don't need Eddie or the Undertaker to rise to the top of Smackdown. Eddie can make all the threats he wants, but I'm not going along with his plan.
Yeah, fuck Eddie.
The Wizard will not go along with the plan.
The Wizard does not lie, cheat, or steal.
The Wizard is a good boy sometimes.
Most of the time.
But that's pretty much it for today. Because I don't want it. Because another match will go well over. I got a feeling.
Yeah. We'll defeat Eddie Guerrero another day.
And probably, it'll end with us getting chokeslammed by the Undertaker after a match or something.
Probably.
He likes to do that.
He does. Maybe if we're lucky,
Sounds
like
nice
at some
to
point, we get like the urn back early, and then like Undertaker helps us or something. I don't fucking know. I never did the SmackDown storyline
We'll find out next time.
on Dragon Ball Weezer.
Nice. It's time to leave.
It's time to leave.